is happy to admit mistakes because I think he would tell you guys he makes them each and every day. What the president, though, wants to focus on tonight is the American people. And, I just heard your last guest who seemed to answer every question like every day in Washington was election day. I don't think that's the case because millions of Americans are hurting in this country. What we need to do is work together as Democrats and Republicans to address their problems instead of playing the back and forth of politics and political games each day, which don't make college more affordable for a family, don't make a retirement more secure, don't put people back to work. That's what people in this country are tired of. The anger and frustration of an economic collapse, we understand in this country. Now it's time to work together to get it moving again.
Robert, you say that the president wants to focus on the American people. A lot of those American people have said that he wasn't focusing on them for the last year, and he was talking all about health care instead about talking about the economy. And a lot of those same voters up in Massachusetts in the exit polls said that they didn't agree with the president on the war on terror. Will he announce tonight a major shift on that and decide to try Khalid Sheikh Mohammed as an enemy combatant and take that trial out of New York City?
Well, there's no doubt that the president will talk tonight about the challenges that we face from terrorist groups like al-Qaeda that wish to do us harm. He'll also outline the steps that we've taken to take the fight directly to them. We've already put more troops in Afghanistan than were ever there before. And in the hills between Afghanistan and Pakistan are where al-Qaeda sits right now planning to do us harm, just as they do in Yemen and Somalia, which is why we've worked with governments around the world to take the fight directly to al-Qaeda and eliminate many of its leaders.
But I'm talking about right here on the home front. That guy almost blew up a plane here on American soil, and a lot of people are concerned about trying these terrorists and giving them all the rights of a regular criminal here in America. Will the president change his mind with the public uproar about this right now?
No, the president's not going to change his mind. And understand this, we're going to try that suspect in Detroit just as Richard Reed, who tried to blow up a plane in 2001, just as he was tried in Boston, Massachusetts, just as you mentioned, just as Zachariah Moussaoui, the 20th hijacker, was tried not too many miles from here in Alexandria, Virginia. You know, we can bring justice in this country. We can seek justice on behalf of the thousands that were killed on 9/11. We shouldn't be afraid to employ our justice system on behalf of bringing murderous terrorist thugs to justice once and for all.
The justice would be the key everyone agrees on. It's just getting the most intelligence out of them, too. And looking back, I think most Bush officials made a mistake. The war in Afghanistan was a month old. Richard Reed comes as a shoe bomber. No Gitmo was set up. There was no debate on what to do with the war that was just sprung on us. But I also noticed in looking back, Jose Padilla and this Al-Mari character, two al-Qaeda affiliate terrorists, were transferred out of criminal court into military custody. The president could do that. There's precedent for that. Is he considering that?
Look, I'm not going to get into some of our intelligence discussions, but understand that both of those, how were both of those individuals tried and convicted? They were transferred where? Back to a civilian court. Justice was rendered. They're now serving time in jail where they should be.
Robert, okay, well, we'll be watching for what he says regarding that tonight. Also, there are a lot of people who have really been pushing hard for health care reform. They're going to be watching, hey, is the president going to really put all of his weight behind, going through with this, even though it looks as if there aren't the votes in both chambers necessarily. I know the president said a couple of days ago, I didn't make a bunch of deals on stuff like that, but is he going to come forward and say, okay, I want health care to pass, and I'm going to put everything behind it?
Well, look, health care is the same problem in this country in terms of skyrocketing costs and the practices of insurance companies discriminating against families that can't get care because somebody tells them on the other end of the line that they have a pre-existing condition. That was a problem last week. That was a problem last year, and it's going to be a problem after the president finishes speaking tonight. We're close to getting health care reform in this country that will make health care more affordable for millions of Americans and cut costs for those that already have it. It's one of the reasons why when people work harder and harder and they bring home less each week, it's because their health care costs go up.
Sure.
So the president will certainly discuss, as part of our economic plans, continuing efforts to reform health care and put put Washington back on the side of Main Street rather than insurance companies.
Well, Robert, does he want the bills that are out there right now to go forward, or is he for, as some on Capitol Hill have suggested, let's just blow this up and start over?
Well, look, we've made some good progress. I'm going to let the president tonight outline for the American people exactly what he thinks we have to do moving forward. I think you'll see that focus on the economy. About 2/3 of the speech as it's written right now focuses on our economic challenges and continuing to get millions of people back to work.
If you would like to put money in the pockets of the American people, there's an Irish bookie who is betting on the president's speech tonight, like the Super Bowl when the coin toss. They said that, for example, they're giving odds if the president. It's called Patty Power, Robert. They're giving odds if the president wears a red tie, cliches he might use. If you could give us one of them, we could put some money down. We'll get that money out of Europe and bring it here. For example, will you commit to the president's tie color? Therefore, I'm getting 4-to-1 odds on red tie. Can you commit to that, Robert?
I don't want to say this out loud, but I can talk to the president about this and see what we can do.
So could you have him wear a red tie tonight?
I got $100
If you guys are going to put if you guys are going to put a lot of cash on red, let me go see the president right now.
All right. Well, the first line, Robert, the first line that has 250 to 1.
Undoubtedly, can I just say this? Undoubtedly, the Department of Justice and local authorities are dialing their phones even.
They're monitoring our conversation.
Right. I don't think he's going to say, let's get ready to rumble, because that's at 250 to 1.
He won't say that.
Yeah, I have to say I've read the speech, and that got cut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael Buffer will have something to say about that. Robert, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, now for...